Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to this week's vlog. Continuation on to our SPL bushing for the lower control arm. So I went ahead and did the other side. It's all completed, all put back together. A little bit of a hiccup here and there, but other than that, we're gonna get started. Let's jump right in. The tools you'll need to do this job would be flathead screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a hook tool to remove the cotter pin, some ratchets. The main ones for the sockets are 19, 17, and a 22. Torque wrench and the breaker bar. And you will need an impact tool to impact the lower bolt holding the ball joint in, and a pry bar, and some extra lighting if needed. All right, so that's it. Let's get started. So all right, guys, so I went ahead and removed all the inner liners, just give us a little bit more clearance to work with it and to do this job. I went ahead and removed the sway bar, broke loose the lower control arm, lower strut bolt connected to the lower control arm. On that, let's get started. Let's remove the cotter pin first. So now that we got the cotter pin out, we have to impact this one out. I tried to do it with the breaker bar. All I did was just respin. Found out the hard way. Called a buddy of mine, and he said that we had to impact that out. Thank you, Aramis Aguilera, for the advice. So we're gonna do that right now. Just gonna put some liquid wrench in there to help it come out a little quicker. This nut is a 22, so let's see how hopefully goes out smooth. There you go. Impact it out. I found the easy ways. You should pulse it. If you pulse it, it'll come out. All right, so next we're gonna remove the two bolts holding the bracket in here that is onto the subframe. So the lower bolt is a 19, and the one on the inner here is a 17. So this inner bolt in here is the tricky one. It's hard to get the leverage with the breaker bar to get in there. So we'll see how it goes.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
So the other thing I found out from the other side was I would loosen the subframe so that you can get the control arm out a little easier. It's this bolt here. And that's a 19. So I would break that loose too. And you want to loosen it just enough so that I'll make it easier to remove the lower control arm out of here. Gives you a little bit more when you pry it down. So next up, there's a 19 bolt in here, and on the back, or sorry, 19 nut, and in the back is a 22. I use a ratchet or wrench and broke the 17 loose, and now we're gonna get it out. There you go, guys. Make sure you guys tie strap and chain off the arm, so when you release the bolt, you'll take off the tension off the CV boot here and all of the brake lines. So that's a key thing. You don't want to damage those and incur more cost. Save money for more car parts. There you go, guys. Took a little bit of convincing, but I got it out. What I did was I just jacked it up. Took a little bit of I jacked it up with the jack on the control arm, just to take the pressure off the bolt, and then it slid right out after. All right, so on next, we're gonna take this one out, and then it should come out. Good to go. There you go. It's out. There you go. There. There you go, guys. Got it out. Took a little bit of a convincing there, but we pried it out. That's it. Now, off to the bottom. Well, off to the dealership to get these pressed out. This one, and the most important one in here. We'll see you when we get back. All right, guys, so we got our lower control arm back. All the SPL bushings are pressed in, and they look fantastic. So the main one in the back, front one, and for the chassis. All right, so now we're gonna install the control arm back in. Okay, finally got it in. So on the subframe, the lower subframe, I pushed it in, and then I loosened the 19 bolt here on the subframe, pried it down, got this in. Now we're gonna bring this forward, and I got the ball joint in first, right down here, and now we'll try to get all the bolts in. All right, guys, so that was quite a struggle, but I finally got it back in. All the bolts are all hand tightened. So we also installed the eccentric lockout kit, as you can see here. So I'm gonna start torquing down all the bolts that we installed, and we're ready to roll. So we're gonna start with this one first. So the factory bolt is a 22 bolt and a 19 nut, but we replaced it with the SPL eccentric lockout kit. This is a 22 and then bolt is 22. And we are going to torque it down to 74 foot-pounds. Almost there. There we go. So the next up would be the lower subframes, the 19 and the 19 here, and both of them are 96 foot-pounds. There we go. All right, so up next there's the 17 bolt back here, and that's also 96 foot-pounds. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze back there. It's kind of awkward to get the torque wrench back there to get the leverage. So here we go. There you go. So what I did was I hand tightened everything down, and everything's all seated down, and then just a couple turns with the torque wrench. Makes it a lot easier. So, all right, so up next is their 17 bolt here. We're gonna torque that down to 79. So last but not least is the 22 bolt holding the ball joint in. We're gonna torque that down to 74 foot-pounds. There we go, and then now we're gonna finish it off with the cotter pin. All right, guys, so that sums it all up. Hopefully that was useful for you guys. Kind of a big headache, but it's all done now. Thanks to all my friends that helped me along the way, and you guys know who you guys are. So you guys, if you guys haven't done it, hit that subscribe button, give it that thumbs up, hit the like button, share, and we'll see you guys in the next week's vlog.